PianoSix was founded by Janina Fialkowska, a very good friend of mine, that ran from '94 to 2004. It was a brilliant idea with pianists, 6 pianists going to remote rural regions all throughout Canada. The message was to bring quality live piano music recitals to places that would ordinarily not have an international artist coming by. It's a chance not only to get to know the community, but it's a chance to connect with schools, to work with music teachers in the area, bring what we do, what our passion is, performing music, performing piano music all throughout the world into these small communities. Essentially what we do in PianoSix Next Generation is divide up the map, find regions that perhaps once had a classical music series running, sometimes volunteer-driven, community-driven. Often it simply takes one leader in a community to spark up a new music series. And some of these areas, like west of Thunder Bay, Atikokan, Dryden, once had a wonderful, viable, dynamic, vibrant music series running, and these have dissolved in recent years. And these are the kind of areas we want to target. We want to add a spark to the community, show what the piano can do.
I feel like maybe sometimes audiences are a little, nervous about listening to a concert, that they have to know about the music. But I think actually if you just open your ears and just listen, that, you can feel emotions and feel things that the music brings alive.
I'm super excited to be joining the new generation of PianoSix, which has such a great, rich history of bringing classical music to communities across Canada that don't currently have access to it. I'm from a small town myself, so I know just how important it can be in one's life to encounter this amazing cultural heritage and what a spark it can provide.
I was doing a tour in Eastern Canada for Debut Atlantic. And they were also very interested in doing these. And I was just kind of put out there to do outreach programs in schools and in churches. And I really, really enjoyed it. And I really enjoyed the connection with people and just presenting them with music that they've never heard of, and just observing their reactions to this kind of music, which they probably never expected that they would enjoy.
Myself, I've had quite the experience through different touring organizations on the East Coast, one with Debut Atlantic and the other with Jeunesse Musicale. What I always found so rewarding was the thrill, excitement, and appreciation from these audiences, just because they don't have access to some of these recital-like concerts in those towns.
I really believe that music is one of the most beautiful things, and it can have a very positive influence on people, but also culturally speaking, it's just so inspiring and it can do a lot of good. And I believe in building audiences, and so by doing this kind of work with PianoSix, going to remote areas and going to smaller communities that don't have access to culture and the arts, I think that we, in that way, will build a greater audience for classical music and keep it alive.
So I think it's really important for us to do this kind of outreach where we go to communities that might not have access to live classical music. It's so different than just listening to things on the radio or on a CD player. It's the live effect of the performer communicating with the audience, I think is very special. And I think that's why we're very passionate about reaching out to audiences and to children and to people of all ages who hopefully will come to love classical music as much as we do.